Hey YouTube! Today I have a video request and somebody asked me to do a video asking the question if I had to do it all over again, making new purchases, you know, what would I do it differently, and what would I do differently if I had to do it over again with some of the purchases that I've made? And that's a great question. And my answer to that question is I really wouldn't do anything differently if I had to do it over again. As far as some of the purchases, as far as my camper purchase goes, as far as my truck purchase goes, um, honestly, I really wouldn't. I wouldn't do it differently. I did a lot of thorough research before I jumped into this, before I jumped into the camper purchase that I'm in. I did a lot of research before I jumped into the truck that I'm into now. And so, that's for me what a lot of it came down to was, the research that I did. And, when I first looked at truck campers, I went out, I looked at a lot of stuff. I went out, I looked at used truck campers, I looked at the brand new ones. I looked at a lot of different manufacturers, all over the board: Lances, Arctic Foxes, Bigfoots, Adventurers. I could go on and on. I mean, I looked at everything. I mean, I looked at everything out there. When I first started this, I didn't have, um, I wanted to, I wanted to spend, somewhere in the, $10,000 to $15,000 range, and I ended up spending, a lot more than that, to get what I got. But it was through that process of looking at things and different designs, and myself personally, I'm more concerned about a design of something, for example, like a fiberglass type structure versus a smooth aluminum, type of outside superstructure. Those type of things to me are really, really important. Whereas for somebody else, it might have been they wanted a slide out. And that was what was important to them. They didn't really care about that other stuff. Well, for me, that's like I say, RVs are a person to person, difference. Everybody has different likes. Everybody has different interests. There's different things that have way more importance to this person than this other person. So those are all of those weighing factors that, when you're going in and making an RV purchase, you really need to go through and figure out, you've got to match up, something to your personality, to your likings, and for me, like my camper, I wanted something that was going to be four season. I didn't so like knowing that I only wanted four season. Well, that took a lot of manufacturers right out of the choices, out of the pool of choices right there. There were it came down to a couple that were going to basically work, for what I wanted. So little things like that, making those buying decisions. A lot of it just plays into the things that are going to be important for you. One thing though that I will say, and I have kind of talked a little bit about this in previous videos, was the luxury and comfort issue, and the nicer the more expensive RV that you get, and you're getting into luxury and comforts. Um, I guess one other thing I will say is that, I mean, I have no regrets of spending as much as I did to buy this camper. But I just will say this: I mean, the person that spends 40,000 on an RV or a camper or whatever versus the person that spends $10,000, that that extra $30,000 that could be spent on buying you a lot of time, okay, to travel and do whatever the hell you want to do. So that's one thing that I will say to those of you that are looking to get into this. If you want to buy that nice RV, just kind of, these are just some things to really weigh into and think about. That whole, spending that extra money, it's going to get you that nicer RV, but, it may take away some of those traveling dollars, fuel dollars, dollars for food, dollars for other things. But as we do know, the older the RV that you buy, that has the potential to have some greater expenses for you down the road or not. It just depends on how much of a minimalist that I think that you are. If you're just a super minimalist and you don't need much and you kind of have like that backpackers mindset, with everything where, hey, I just need a warm sleeping bag and I need, I just need I need a little bathroom. I don't need a shower. Depending on how much of a minimalist that you want to be, with your particular RV, your particular setup, you can save a lot of dollars there, and you can spend those dollars elsewhere, maybe. And those dollars elsewhere spent, that might be equivalent into years of freedom for yourself for traveling and doing whatever you want to do, or maybe starting a new career for yourself, or whatever it is for you. So anyways, I think that so going back to the original question, if I was to make some of my purchases over differently, no, I wouldn't. I would have made the same purchases again, and I'm very very happy with the setup that I do have. So with that, I hope you're going to have an awesome day today.